welcome to my channel. I am Andrea and you are very welcome to the Beyond the Pink Door. It's Monday morning. I've had the most amazing weekend that I just wanted to tell you all about. I should be absolutely knackered from sewing, from driving, from everything, but no, I have loads of energy and just wanted to tell you all about it. So I had a weekend that was completely and utterly unplanned. It was a sewing retreat run by Quilt Yarn Stitch. I saw it advertised a couple of weeks ago and it was for the whole weekend, so it was Friday, Saturday and Sunday. 3 days of uninterrupted sewing, with food, with chat, with other sewing ladies. What more could you possibly want? But I knew I had commitments on the Saturday, so I couldn't actually book. And then last week I saw that they had opened up a couple of days for day trippers. So immediately thought about it, figured, yeah, this was only Wednesday, yeah, I can do Friday. So changed a few things around, rang them up, booked for Friday, told my daughter about it, and she wanted to come as well, so I was thrilled to bits. So I had a few projects on the go, so I knew there was absolutely loads I could do. I couldn't think of what she could do, so we just raided into all of my patterns and my fabric and found something for her to sew as well. So it was great. She has her own sewing machine. She bought it when she was 8. She's almost 17 now. She uses it, but she doesn't use it as much as, well, she should, I suppose, but I don't get an awful lot of time to kind of teach her how to sew. So this was just such a perfect weekend for us to sew and sew and sew. So anyway, we went off on Friday. The weather was horrendous, but it didn't stop us. We got there, we had the most amazing welcome from Roisin, and we set into setting up. We had a fabulous room at the top of the Westport Coast Hotel. It was such a bad day outside. The windows were battered with rain and wind, and we were so cozy. We set up our sewing machines and we hit into our projects. So my daughter was sewing a dress, a wrap dress out of jersey. We found the pattern from one of the last Love Sewing magazines. So it was this pattern, and we had jersey fabric in a colour that she absolutely loves, which is wine. You can see there's still pins in it, so that's not completely finished. We have to do a few little adjustments to it. And I made this dress, Avid Seamstress day dress, with this lovely fabric I got from Lamazi Fabrics. I'll pop a picture up of it. I made long sleeves in it, so I made a little sleeve hack. There's gathers on the shoulders and it comes down into a little elasticated cuff. Now I didn't make the full dress. I had the whole thing apart from the zip, the buttons at the front, you can barely see them. They're definitely camouflage buttons, and the hem to do. So that's all I had to do to that dress, but I brought it because I thought may as well bring it, finish it. Didn't take that long. And then I made another forget-me-not Valerie. I had this cut out and it was ready. I had nothing done to it. Bought this beautiful fabric from Fabric Romance. So I made the version with the little flounce on the sleeve. I was dying to make this. It's the loveliest, drapiest fabric, so it works really lovely with the flounce. So yeah, I made that from beginning to end on the day. And then it was time to drive home. Roisin was telling us about what she was going to be doing on Saturday, and then she was telling us about who was coming on Sunday. So there was a massive case of fear of missing out. So I whispered to her, do you think you'll be able to fit us in on Sunday? Because I just wanted to go back for more. We just had so much fun and we just had such great company that yeah, we just had to go back for another day. So we hit the road home again, floods, rain, wind, horrendous, but got home, did what we had to do on Saturday, and then got up Sunday morning full of energy for another day's sewing. We went over to Quilt Yarn Stitch on the Saturday and we picked up some beautiful sweatshirt fabric for Cerys. So she chose this beautiful sweatshirting. It is the furriest, snuggliest. It's almost like fur on the inside of it, so she absolutely loves that. And we picked up a coordinating ribbing for it. We used a self-drafted pattern. We've made some of these before. I basically made a pattern from, say, I think it was a penny sweatshirt that she loves. So it's really, really simple. So we put the ribbing on the cuff and on the end, and just a little collar on the top of it. Well, when I say we, she did, from start to finish. So she had this made by the time we went for lunch. And then I also had 2 little skirts cut out for her. When I make the Harper cardigans, there's always enough left over for her to make little skirts. She's only teeny, tiny little things, so she made them up. I had them cut out, and they've just got like elastic on the waistband. So she's got 2 new skirts and a jumper and an almost finished dress. So she had an absolute ball, and the ladies were so welcoming and encouraging to her. So she really loved it. And I think she's going to pull out her sewing machine and do an awful lot more sewing now that she's had a taste for it. So that was just super altogether. I made a Bettine. So we're all familiar with the Tilly and the Buttons Bettine. I made it from this double gauze I got from Quilt Yarn Stitch. How have I never made a Bettine? This was the loveliest make. Fits like a glove. I made, I think, the size 4, didn't make any adjustments, and it just fits. I'll definitely be making more of these. What I'm delighted about is that this fabric was in my fabric haul video, and I've made it. And my other 2 fabrics were in my fabric haul video as well, so they're made. But my favourite make of the entire weekend was my skirt. So this fabric has been sitting in my stash since just after Christmas, so it's not that terribly long. It's made from 1¼ meters of the last bit on the bolt from Quilt Yarn Stitch. It reminds me of a television test card in all my favourite colours. I just had to have it. So it's been waiting for the perfect project, and I knew something would eventually trigger in my head of what to make from it, because I just wanted to show off the fabrics or the colours as best I could. So I sat here on Saturday morning wondering what would I actually make on Sunday, because even though I have loads of stuff to make, I just wanted to make something really clever and really cool and something that I could spend some time on, and I'd be so thrilled about. So this ticks all the boxes. I am absolutely thrilled with this skirt. I didn't have enough to make a dress, so thought I'm gonna make a skirt with some pleats, because I love a full skirt and a nice top. So this is going to be lovely now for the summer. I came up with this pattern, I'll show you now. This dress pattern, which I haven't made yet, but the skirt of it was perfect because it has some stitched down pleats in it. So this was the plan. I left out my pattern pieces ready to cut out on Saturday evening and had to drop my daughter into Galway. And while I was in Galway, I picked up the Love Sewing magazine. So this is a bumper issue. If you haven't bought this magazine, pick it up. You will love it. This, and I buy this every month, just love it, love getting the patterns in it, and this month the patterns were just perfect. So lo and behold, look at the skirt, absolutely perfect, exactly what I wanted. Now I did a little hack, obviously, because I didn't want the buttons going down the front. I just wanted to just clean lines on the front. So I used the back pattern for the front and the back, cut it out to the A length, which was perfect, and managed to get the little belt, the belt loops, and just the tiniest little scraps of fabric left over, you wouldn't even believe. And it actually has pockets as well, with loads of room. So I love this skirt. I still have to put a zip in. I have to say that. I brought a zip. I was going to sew like a lovely zip, an exposed zip on it, but I didn't like the look of it. So I'm going to get a little concealed zip, and then it's finished. And I have it on my mannequin with the pink top. I'm going to make a green top as well to go with it, out of that green jersey that I had in my fabric haul video as well. And there's loads of other colours. There's lovely teal colours, blues, lovely lime green, which I don't think I'd wear lime green, but there's some fabulous colours in this. So I absolutely love this. Absolutely love this skirt, thrilled with it. So we came home from the weekend with, my daughter came home with a sweatshirt and 2 skirts and a half-finished dress, and I have 3 dresses and a skirt. And we packed all that, and loads of chat and loads of laughing and the most beautiful food. If you're going to Westport, pop into that hotel. The food was out of this world. Just absolutely gorgeous. And the drive home yesterday was lovely. We left in daylight, no floods. Well, there was some floods, but they didn't hamper our journey home, and came home with loads of chat, all about sewing. Cerys thoroughly enjoyed her weekend. We couldn't have been more welcome. Roisin is the kindest, most generous person I have met. We had the most amazing company with fabulous ladies. We had knitters, we had patchwork. We had a few ladies making clothes as well, so it was great. I had a lovely little walk around talking to everybody to see what they were making. I'll link in some pictures of projects that I took photos of. But all in all, it was just such a super weekend. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we had an amazing weekend. We'd highly recommend it to anybody. Check out about the June one, because I'll be there. So thank you for watching. Excuse my croaky throat. I think it's from all the laughing and chatting at the weekend. And until the next video, thank you. Bye.